Christopher, and I'm here with John Wilkinson and Marco Fischbach from Innogy at the XaaS Evolution Europe 2017. Welcome and thank you very much for your time for a short interview. Could you maybe briefly introduce yourself?
I'm John Wilkinson. I'm Head of Cloudification over at Innogy, a role I've taken up probably in the last 3 to 4 months now. I've been within the Innogy RWE group for the last 4 years, doing a variety of roles between the UK mainly, and now within the group within Germany.
I'm Marco Fischbach. I'm working in IT since more than 20 years, but starting professional with joining RWE as a former company of Innogy in 2011, starting in the data center and now working in the cloudification team of John as a senior cloud consultant.
Which role do you currently have at Innogy and how does your daily job look like?
Our goal is to enable cloud services for the business which fits to our legal and security requirements without breaking the business units down in their speed. And these are the challenges we are taking today. And there is a long journey to go, but I think we are on the right track.
You said you're an IT professional with an experience of more than 16 years. How did the role of the IT change during that time? What would you say?
The dynamic and speed is increasing day by day. So and on the one hand, there is a need of generalists because the skill levels are different to the past. On the one hand, you need generalists with a broad knowledge. On the other hand, you need specialists, and this leads into the fact that you need to work with partners. And manage this partner network is today's challenge from my point of view.
Looking back, what was the most exciting innovation in the area of IT?
I'd answer the question slightly different. I think for me the excitement of working within IT is that it's always changing. If you look back over my career the last 20 years, then we've changed from PCs, mainframes, large distributed kind of systems. We're now pushing into public cloud, utilising cloud services, new technologies coming along every day. Everybody talks about a digital kind of revolution. IT is at the heart of that. It's exciting times within IT at the moment.
You already mentioned one of your focuses lies on cloud technologies. Would you say that the cloud delivered what it promised?
Honestly spoken, cloud is not saving the world, but cloud provides us capabilities we didn't have before. So I think we should take it as chance for the time being, and looking forward to use.
I would say on that, it's about managing people's expectations. I think if you turn the clock back five years, everybody thought cloud was about saving cost, whereas we've recognised within Innogy it's part of the equation, but pushing into true public cloud really enables agility. Really enables a business in speed to market, and that's where we're kind of pushing for the benefits.
At the German XaaS last year, for example, the question was even raised if the cloud is a risk or a chance. What would you say?
A bit of both, really. With any kind of new opportunity, there's always risks that's involved there. It's weighing up those risks and the kind of benefits, but we really see true benefit from using cloud services across our business.
I would say it's an opportunity to use cloud. Looking forward, it's still changing every day, and as I mentioned, it's very dynamic. And looking forward, which services coming along like quantum computing, and I think this can only be realized by using public cloud services in the future.
At the conference, you are going to moderate a Challenge Your Peers session with the topic, speaking of cloud services, what is your data strategy? What exactly do you want to discuss? Could you maybe explain it a little bit?
We have the challenges that the cloud adoption now has evolved, and the question is how people tackle with the data requirements. So talking about one source of truth. So because applications are deployed in several environments, so we have copies of data, and the question is how to deal with that challenges.
Since when is Innogy working with cloud services? And of coming back to the title of your speech, what is your data strategy?
Cloud services within Innogy across the group, we've probably been working within cloud for the last 5, 6, 7 years in some entities. We've got different levels of maturity as to how we've adopted kind of cloud in different geographic regions. We've had quite a very strong cloud adoption in our Czech organisation, who've now gone cloud only and closed their internal data centre. Yet the other extreme, we're still pushing into kind of cloud with our first forays probably in the UK and in Germany, although we've got some software as a service offerings for cloud for your typical service now around from there. Our data strategy at the moment has probably concentrated quite a lot on the typical kind of data good practice regarding security, availability, making sure that it's kind of backed up and having ownership around it. What we're wanting to do though is revisit that data strategy now in line of using hybrid cloud, working with some of our peers to understand how they've tackled some of the issues that we're seeing. As Mark has said now, we're pushing out into public cloud. And as applications are being developed much more quickly, people are taking copies of data with them. And we're just wanting to see how other organisations have kind of dealt with that kind of challenge.
In your session, you are mentioning the basic principles of an optimal data strategy. Are there any golden rules companies can use?
We kind of still want one version of the truth wherever we can. We want to make sure that across our organisation, we don't have pockets of data which is supposedly saying the same thing that might not kind of balance. We also recognise that we've now got challenges regarding where a business wants to be having real-time analytics, yet we've still got a reliance across the estate on overnight batch processing, so it's delivery of data at the right time to the right applications. Also, as we're keen on pushing into IoT and connecting more kind of devices out there, it's understanding what people are doing within the IoT world, because some of these IoT devices will be generating large volumes of data, and it's not either cost effective or it's not going to be useful probably to bring all that data but kind of back to the centre and think about how you used to process it in the past.
And how do you imagine the future for cloud services? How important, for example, are they going to be in 2 years? What do you think?
From my point of view, the importance of cloud services will increase. I just mentioned coming up with quantum computing, so it's in the far future right now, although there are already developments, and I think these are in comparison with the past, when you have mainframes, because quantum computers only be viable for large companies like these public cloud providers. And as I said, public cloud services are that dynamic and developing very quickly. So I think there is a good future for public cloud services.
Yeah, for me, public cloud is going to be the norm. So you're either in this where you're a disruptor or you're disrupted, and we want to be a disruptor where we can be. We feel that if we're not pushing into public cloud, organisations are going to be left behind. It is going to be the normal way of kind of working, kind of in 2-3 years' time. You can hear from some of the colleagues here today. Their strategy is cloud only. We're not kind of embracing cloud only, but we do have private and public cloud, but it's somewhere that we need to be.
There are always new challenges we have to deal. When we look at IaaS, for example, it's becoming commodity right now. So and we are going to the next stage right now. The business is going to re-platforming to platform as services, going to software as a services, and then they go further.
What do you hope to take away from the conference? What were your expectations?
I think conferences like this are always good for the networking side of things, and making good contacts, talking to like-minded people around some of the challenges you're actually seeing. We might be coming from different sectors and different industries, but when you talk to people around their day-to-day challenges, they resonate. They're the same ones that we kind of face around there. We know we haven't got all the answers. We might have got some good solutions to issues that people might be tackling that we're keen to share. And likewise, we're keen to kind of take away some kind of experiences from other organisations and other colleagues, where they're kind of maybe a little bit further forward than we've been.
So I hope to be inspired after the conference in order to bring our CRE forward, and to develop cloud services for our business, which fulfills our expectations.
Thank you very much for your time for this interview, and I hope you enjoy the conference.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Cheers.
much.